Oliver, do you want me to kill me alone?
There's a practiced choreography to scenes like this in homes across the country. The Corridor family has gathered in their small Peterborough home for breakfast. The eggs are given a spicy twist. And there's lots of strong Colombian coffee. Martha, Humberto, and their son Mateo cook and eat together most Friday mornings. Even Oliver the cat shows up for family time.
Buen appetito.
But this portrait of the everyday, the routine, the familiar, is in fact an illusion, painting over the troubling reality of lives in turmoil.
My bad life, my bad memories is back. And now I'm trying to live here for new future, for my family, new opportunities.
Humberto's bad memories are from Colombia, where he was a candidate for the ruling party. And that made him a target for the militant leftist guerrillas of the FARC movement.
And I am kidnapped 3 times, and all the time I treat, I'm amenazado, and say, okay, no more. When the problem is only for you, you can live with that. But when you saw the problem is for your son, for your grandson, okay, no more.
They fled to Canada in 2012, eventually settling here in Peterborough. They filed a joint refugee claim, thinking it might take a few months. They're still waiting.
If I can describe you in one sentence, our feelings, we are living in jail without fault, because we feel in jail. And Canadian people are so kind. We receive a lot, but we feel like the government forgot us.
Mateo is working 3 jobs to help pay for university and support the family. His undefined status almost meant he couldn't go to school at all. But he worries most about his parents. His mother has breast cancer, his father depression.
I see them stress, I see them worry about me, and that breaks my heart, because I don't want them to worry about me, and I don't want the government to make them feel like they're being persecuted like they were in Colombia.
There are approximately 5,500 people like the Corridors. They've been labeled legacy refugees, the bitter legacy of a change to Immigration and Refugee Board rules in 2012 that has left thousands of people living in limbo.
And that law said that new claims had to be heard within a very, very tight deadline, and the Immigration and Refugee Board had to comply with the law. So they shelved the old cases and gave them the lowest priority in terms of scheduling.
Lawyer Elise Corman has been fighting these cases for years, hearing their frustrations.
It's just a profound unfairness to the people who came before the changes in December of 2012.
One of Corman's cases is a legacy refugee going it alone, a woman too afraid to come out of the shadows.
Not one day, not 1 month, since years. I didn't receive any news, or I didn't receive my status here.
We're calling her Anusha, a prominent activist. She fled Afghanistan, but here she's now blocked from getting the education she seeks.
And it's 5 years. I spent my 5 years without nothing. Now I'm exactly like the 5 years period of my time when I was at the school and the door was closed to all girls in the dark regime period of the Taliban.
As the number of refugee claimants rises, Canada's ability to deal with them falters. The backlog is growing. The Immigration and Refugee Board is the front line, scheduling and hearing claims. Mario Dion is the chair of the IRB.
It is very significant. It's essentially impossible to close the gap using only existing resources.
The Minister of Immigration has announced a review, and the IRB is promising to clear the legacy claims.
Is it even possible now for them to have a fair hearing?
But hard-earned skepticism remains.
After 5 years or more elapses between the time when the events happened in their country and the time of their hearing, their memories fade. It becomes more and more difficult to be able to put forward the kind of details that the Refugee Board expects to be able to prove that your allegations are true. And that's particularly true for refugee claimants who often have experienced trauma and are still dealing with the after effects of trauma here in Canada.
Legacy refugees like the Corridors watched closely as thousands of Syrian refugees arrived in Canada. They sped through the process, becoming permanent residents in weeks.
There you go. Very warm.
I cannot imagine that.
Martha Corridor can't hide her bitterness toward the government.
They don't care. We feel that they don't care about legacy cases. They want, I'm sorry if I to say that, but they want a publication and they want to be in the media because they are bringing 25,000 people from another countries.
The family was hoping to celebrate Canada's 150th anniversary with their cases settled, their future in Canada certain. Instead, with no hearing date set, they continue to live in limbo. Laura Lynch, CBC News, Peterborough, Ontario.